Hello Red Raider fans, and welcome to another Red Raider contest. This is Gary McNeil along with Keith Smith, and we're bringing you the Bexley game as much as we can. We're looking at some nasty looking clouds over our shoulder, and if that happens, it's goodbye ball game.
I brought my umbrella, Gary.
Yeah, they're going to need more than an umbrella. But anyway, Bexley got beat last week by 1 point on a 50-some yard field goal. London got a win. So what do we think of what Bexley be looking at tonight?
Well, actually, what I think you're looking at tonight from Bexley is the fact is they were 5-5 last year. London was basically almost a 500 team. London finished 4-6. They played a good ball game here, and I think it ended up 33-17. Bexley got the win, and we're back here again. First time in almost 25 years these two teams have met where it's not been a league contest. So it's good to see this rivalry keep on continue here. I look for Bexley tonight to play a very physical style of football. I think they got some good backs. Good's a good quarterback for them. They got a quick kid, number 3, Walker, I believe his name is, that runs the ball. So I'm looking for a good ball game tonight, Gary.
Yeah, we've had some trouble with our snapper, as you know, and I think Barkoviak, they moved him up for the snap, for the punt, for the extra points and field goals. So that's going to be a plus, and I guess he doesn't mind doing it. So that's going to be a plus for us, because I got a feeling we may need that toe tonight. Okay. In the meantime, go ahead.
One thing to remember, these two teams met for the 8th grade BAC championship. Both teams were undefeated, went to double overtime. Bexley beat London on a triple reverse here, so maybe London's got something to prove tonight. We'll see when they play it out on the field.
Stick around, we got a game coming right at you. If you miss it, see you, wouldn't want to be you. Team getting ready to make their big entrance on the field.
Who dat?
This is a big game. Who dat? Who dat? Who that say who dat when I say who dat? London Red Raiders, True Blue. If we can just get this rain to hold off for about another couple hours, we'll be right uptown. Let's try to get this in 2 hours if we're able to do it. And there you have the Bexley Lions coming on the field. Obviously they're fired up. They're wanting to make up for that loss last week, because they got something, big revenge to make up here. Getting beat by 1 point on a 54-yard field goal, that's almost unheard of.
It's different. Well, it was a big article in today's Dispatch talking about the 54-yard field goal. Actually, the field goal kicker thought it was going to be a fake. He didn't think in his own mind he could even kick it 54 yards. And when they called the play in the huddle, calling for him to kick it, I was talking to a parent down here earlier. Apparently, he got back about 10 yards and got a big running at it like a kickoff, and caught it square. He said it went straight as can be and right through the uprights, about 2 yards to spare. So
it's hard to believe he covered that much ground to get the kickoff and get it off.
That's what they said.
I think somebody's telling you a fib. What do you think?
Probably the whole defense
was stand there
against a fake or something.
Yeah, they could be in a prevent.
Yep.
It's very possible.
Winning the game.
I take that stuff Keith tells me with a grain of salt sometimes.
Hey, did we catch you?
Save as much time as we can to.
Well, Gary, did you catch the flip? Did London defer? Did they just choose to receive? Or
I didn't catch it.
Bexley deferred, so London chose to receive here in the first half.
Bexley's got a kicker now. London's going to receive the ball on the 5-yard line. That's Monte Jackson. He's got a seam, and he's got a line, and he could go a long way.
He's got one guy out there, the kicker to beat. Go, Monte, go, baby.
He's going to go. He's working on. He's going the distance on the kickoff. Monte Jackson, no flag.
And he slammed the ball. Did they call?
But they can't stop the touchdown. No flags nowhere. Monte Jackson, a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. What a way to start the game at Bexley. I thought he was going to get caught from behind there, Carl, because he slowed up trying to fake the guy out.
Well, it's Chad Annenberg downfield there, got the final block on the kicker, so lots of credit to everybody for their blocking, but Monte really ran that strong, just like he did last week on the opening kickoff over Greenan.
Man, too bad the camera wasn't on.
Ain't that sad?
I'm mad at that.
Yeah. At least you beat Carl Carlson.
Yeah.
And conversion is good. London on top with 7 seconds going off of the clock. 7-0. Monte ran a 100-yard dash, 95-yard dash in 6 seconds. Is that possible?
No, it's more than 6.
Oh, it's more. We need to check Gary's
14,
math.
Or 17 seconds.
17, that sounds a little bit
I
better.
tried. You guys won't let me do nothing.
And mad about that.
And mad about it. My daughter said she told some people who worked all doing that. I said, oh, no, he ain't. Yeah, I'm mad
Okay,
at
Gary,
that.
let's go home. Ball game's over.
Yeah, we can shut it down. Save the time while we got a chance.
Glad we got that first play in.
Yeah, we can put that on if we don't get anything else.
Right.
That will be sad if we had to put that on and we end up about halfway through the quarter and don't get any more of the game. Think positive. Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, lining up over the ball right now for the Red Raiders, number 3, Derek Eads. Apparently we're going to have a switch at a lot of special teams positions there for the Red Raiders.
Well, he's going to kick the field goals. Why can't he kick off? He's a soccer kicker.
Well, Will Longsdorff was consistently kicking it down to the 20 in the air, which for high school, normally you'd want to probably try to get a little bit farther.
Look where
than
he's
that.
just starting at.
Well, he's starting at 40, same place Will kicked from.
His run.
You usually get a run.
Drop in.
He dropped it in.
Kicks it down to the 25. Bexley picks it up. This is number 3. He had an 85-yard run last week.
Not this time. And London gangs him right there.
Looks like they're trying to strip the ball, too.
Out the 36, 37-yard line.
That was Dwan Harvey for
Dwan
Bexley.
Harvey.
He's a senior, 5'8", 160. I guess he's their quickest running back by far. You're going to see a lot of familiar names back there right now for Bexley. Number 14, Good is your quarterback. That's Andrew Good. He played a little bit of quarterback last year against London.
How good is good?
Also, you're going to find in your backfield, probably this is going to be a wing T, and I think last time London saw a wing T was against Tecumseh last year. This is a new offense for Bexley.
So the man in Roshan are going to the right.
That's O'Reilly, number 20. It's like O'Farrell, 55 on the tackle. Wes Mason.
Wes Mason in on it. He got quite a few tackles last week and seemed like he's under the pile so much we missed him.
I did notice that after watching the tape was how many times Denon and Mason were down at the legs, and we announced the linebacker's name because that's the jersey you saw. So.
Right. So after about a 5-yard gain, second and at least we got the yardage on the 40 balls on the 40-yard line.
Second and third.
Got double white out to the bottom of your screen there.
See, this is not a wing T here. This is just a regular pro set.
And nothing doing.
Somebody
plows his way forward.
Yeah, he did.
Or not quite good enough for a first down, but
it's like
gonna
Brock,
be third and about 2.
Brock and Denon and DeFilippo there on the tackle.
Third and about 2. We are just shortly into the first quarter of the London-Bexley game at Bexley on this beautiful field. And London's on top 7-0. 95-yard kickoff return by Monte Jackson.
Bexley's got a little bit more physical offensive line than Greenon had. This is
Get him.
That's Good, the quarterback.
And big man got him.
That's Brock, DeFilippo, and O'Farrell in there too.
Brock, DeFilippo, and O'Farrell.
Well,
Brock that big?
Talking to 44, talking to defensive coordinator Tony Brake, he said they got 18 Red Raiders in on defense last week, so there was a lot of substitutions going on.
Keeps a lot of fresh men. It's good that you got that many you can depend on to get the job done.
Back to punt for Bexley.
4th and 5 on the 37-yard line.
And Jackson go 2 for 2.
Yeah, they're going to kick away from him. You can bet on that.
Jackson now cuts deep.
Oh, they went right to him.
Monte. 2 bounces, he picks it up.
Field's kind of wet and he couldn't get any footing, so he's about a 2-yard return there. London takes over 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line. Nope. 22-yard line. That's all right. Don't worry about me, just cut me off.
He did last week anyway.
I told him to.
Yeah, at the right time.
Yeah, I sure did. I'm going to say it now.
No, you ain't.
Okay, Gary, this is week 2 of my attempt to keep stats. I did the best job I could last week, but I did miss a few plays.
And it was good. You did good. Yeah, got stifled at the line that time.
Looks like DeFilippo for a 0 gain on that one.
Mr. DeFilippo. What's Phillips' number?
34. You know, one thing I noticed last week also, I gave a lot of credit to David Shingler for playing center. In the center of the whole ball game was Jameis Richendaler, the sophomore, number 79 out there. That means there's only one starting senior on this offensive line, and that's the right guard, Pat O'Farrell. It's like fake to, oh, no fake there. Maybe give 1 yard to Walters on the carry. Red Raiders are faced with 3rd and long here, passing situation.
Too bad it wasn't a fake, huh?
Yeah, he's carrying his fakes out.
I also kind of heard that London's put in a couple shotgun formations this week. We'll
soon find out.
We'll see what that pans out to be, but
3rd and 9 on the 27-yard line.
Don't want to give anything away, but I hear they're running plays. They're not passing plays. Red Raiders got 2 to the bottom of your screen. Barkowiak, he's got room out there.
Wide.
Go, baby.
He gets to the hole and he's stood up after about a 2-yard gain, which makes London go 3 and out. He's 4th and about 7.
Let's see who's center.
So we're running into a pretty decent defense.
24.
No, 15 Barkowiak's in there. See, they can't hit him until he's completely done with the snap and he gets his head up into a blocking position. So, all back to deep kick for the Red Raiders is Alcott. Nice
snap. And it was almost hooked.
Yeah, baby, they called a penalty.
Called the penalty.
They might have got him because it was awful close.
See what the official call is, running into the kicker.
That ought to give us something.
That's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
All right.
Running into the kicker was the call, not the personal foul, roughing the kicker. So Alcott the repunt. Nice snap again. Low kick. Bounce, ball, bounce. Oh, nice spin move there. I didn't catch a number on the return, man, but looks like for the Red Raiders, covering down there was number 24. That's Garrett Hotchkiss, I believe.
That's number 14.
24 is Garrett Hotchkiss. You're right. And 14.
Well, we kind of talked about London and Bexley not being in the same league. Bexley went along with a lot of other BAC schools and went into the Mid-State League. They're in the Ohio Division. They're still in there with Licking Valley and Lakewood and Columbus Academy, so they're still going to be playing a lot of familiar people. This is good.
1st and 10, the ball's on 39
There's
yard
that wing
line.
tee backfield right there.
And
oh,
he is
my
upset
goodness.
real quick by number
Nothing doing.
34, DeFilippo. Or it might have been 40.
No, it was DeFilippo. He had him all the way. That was Dwan Harvey. Like I said, he broke off an 85-yard run last week against Canal Winchester, so he's got the speed to break one. Every once in a while they do line up in that wing T formation. With that, you'll remember what you'll see is a lot of crossing on the backs, you know. One will head this way, one will head that way, and the idea is to completely confuse the defense, but didn't confuse DeFilippo that time.
Makes it 2nd and 12 now.
London's in a cover 2 deep formation on offense. That's a lateral. That's a lateral. It's going out of bounds at the 30. That's going to be a loss of about 7 yards for Bexley.
Why did you say it was a lateral?
Because he threw it backwards.
But from here it might have looked that way.
Evidently it was.
It
That's
was.
where they marked it. They marked it back there.
Let's see if they took off.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
That's where it went out of bounds at.
Right. That's
No,
where they.
but even, I mean, just my point of view was it definitely looked like a
You think so, huh?
lateral. Oh yeah, that's the way he called it. Plus, I watched the referee, the man in the white cap. He put his arm out to indicate
I'm mad at that.
lateral. Lateral.
So it makes it 3rd and 19. He's rolling out to the right.
Get him, Denon.
Denon.
Oh my goodness.
Big D.
He got the ball.
What are they going to
And
call?
threw it.
Just throwing the ball like that.
Look at him. That's the biggest play of his life.
Is that Denon that got him?
That was
Yeah.
good speed back there.
Down.
It's going to be 4th and, what'd you call a month, Gary? You say that's 30?
Yeah, I think that's a month.
This is a month and part of another month.
They haven't put up for how many it is. It's not quite 30 though.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, I looked at the wrong flag.
It's almost 30. 31. It's like just the days, like not March, June, or whatever that saying is, Gary. Oh, looks like a safety for London.
And they got a safety. Give us 2. Everything could go wrong. It's gone wrong for Bexley right now, right off the bat.
30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Well, that was one of them months.
Except February.
Okay, sorry about that. Hey, 9-0 Raiders. How about that, sports fans? Sound like Jimmy Crum?
And a free kick.
Yeah, a free kick could be another big part of it.
Folks, 9-0 right now. Still in the first quarter.
Well, Red Raiders need a little practice here on what they're doing because they're lined up at the 50 and they got to be lined up at the 35.
I was told they made about 5 major mistakes last week that cost them, that actually would have put them way over the top if they hadn't made those mistakes. That's what it's all about in high school football, is making mistakes. Who makes the fewest mistakes usually wins the game.
Well, right there, they always talk about special teams. Well, London's got 9 special teams points, basically. Well, I mean, off a turnover, off special teams, so we'll take them any way we can get them.
Any way we can get them. They were giving a lot of bail on you.
This is a free kick. You can either kick it off a tee or you can punt it.
End over end.
Over in Monte Jackson.
Well, I just scared
Keep your feet up the middle.
He's dancing. He's looking for an
Oh, we're going to have a late penalty, too.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know, but he must be careful jumping over tacklers like that.
My guess is that would be on Bexley. The block in the back against London, so that's going to bring it back 10 yards from the spot.
Monte's been our exciting runner so far tonight. Even though he did lose the 10 yards on that penalty. Be the first down. Ball's on about the
51?
Yeah, 52. They got that field marked out nice, ain't they?
Yeah. So I'll bring up real quick our JV football team last Saturday morning at London against Greenon. London's 18, Greenon 16. So the JVs are 1-0.
London sets up with the wide out to both sides of the field. Coming out of the Pro I.
Thanks for an update there, Keith.
I got another update coming later on freshman game.
What about trivia? We got trivia?
No.
We got trivia.
We got trivia.
Because we're playing the Lions, we're going to have a little Lions trivia.
I'm mad at that. Here we go, some other team trivia. That looked almost like Frankie carrying that ball. Who was that?
That was Jerry Walters. We'll give him 2. The Friendly's home statistician gives him 2.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of calls about trivia, Keith.
I have.
Real disappointed last week.
And then you're going to come up with something about Bexley. I can't believe
you said Lion.
I said Lion trivia. But it's got a London connection. I've been thinking about this all week, Gary.
I'm scared of you. I'm mad at that. 2nd and 8. Quick hand off the...
That's Walters. Oh, man, nice block.
Room, and he's going to try and take it to the house. He's run out of bounds on about the 27-yard line there. But not till after he makes the first down.
Shoot, I'd give him about a 16-yard pickup there. Nice block by the left-hand side of the line. That's Michael Lang and Frankie Bird over there. And then DeFilippo got a nice block, too. So
Bird's been a pleasant addition to this team this year.
Walters probably came through your program, didn't he, Keith?
Yep, Walters was a Redskin.
Oh, boy. 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line.
There he goes. Oh!
And he's met at the line of scrimmage that time.
Somebody missed the block.
Yeah, one thing I tell you, this could be real big for Red Raiders. You put another 7 up on the board. It's 16-0.
You got a heck of a hole to dig out of.
First quarter, yeah. Last year's game was close in the first half, and then Bexley.
I tell you what was sweet is they must have got really dumped on here, and they were draining the field when we came. You see them pumping the water off the field. It was neat. 2nd and 9. Ball's on 27-yard line. London's got a wide out to both sides. Here comes Barkoviak swinging. Pitch back to Walters, and we got a fumble. That was not a good pitch back.
That's Dan Carroll, number 55 there for Bexley on the recovery.
Pitch was just a little bit too hard. So 1st and 10 on the 33, 34-yard line. Bexley Lions gets the favor back.
And there now for the Red Raiders on defense. Derek Wallace at your left end, Denon, Kenneth White and Wes Mason in there. That's a lot of poundage on that defensive line right now. Brock is your right defensive end.
And they're running away from that defensive line, too.
It's Cameron O'Reilly.
And O'Reilly's always have a
We always hear
somebody
that name over here. It's always an O'Reilly. It's like going to Licking Valley. It's always what's his name again?
What's that, O'Reilly?
No, Licking Valley. They always have the same name. For years, they have this O'Reilly. There's been an O'Reilly in Bexley's backfield for years, it seems like. We catch the rest of the Red Raider defense there. Hey, Barkowiak's getting to play a little safety now. That's got to get him excited. He's in there.
He wanted to go both ways, and he might have to do it against this team that throws a lot and runs a lot.
They're playing a cover 2 with 2 deep safeties, and that'd be Sanders and Barkowiak. So Farrell's standing him up.
Farrell just stood him up and held him there until he got a little help. I believe that was Alcott come up to help him.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for Bexley from their own 47-yard line. 40, I'm sorry. Jeez, my eyesight's getting bad, Gary.
3rd and 4. They got it written on the board.
Okay, I'll check it next time. This is good, back to pass. Get him, Brock.
Set him up.
Oh, get him, Barkowiak there.
He's a pretty elusive runner.
Also notice Kenneth White, even though he'd gotten blocked out of the play, he kept on it. Ended up coming back and got the quarterback. So,
right, 4th down.
Nice play by Kenneth White.
It's going to force a punting situation. It's 4th and 2. Are they going to punt?
Didn't catch exactly what the name of the punter is.
It's very possible they may not punt because they feel like they got a defense. Our points have come on spatial.
It's like Josh Thaborn in to punt for Bexley. See if they get a better snap this time. Much better. Wes Mason applying some pressure.
Straight up in the air. Gets a good bounce for...
Alcott thought about picking it up.
Real good bounce.
Of course, they got probably about a 15-yard roll, didn't it? And it's right down in the territory where Carl said he likes punts to go.
I'd give him a 46-yard punt on that. Nice punt.
20 in the air and 20 on the rolling on the ground.
And they kicked away from Monte.
He did. Tell me about it.
And it landed inside.
I'm mad at that. Yeah. So this is 1st and 10. London takes over on the 19-yard line. We got 1:45 to go in the first quarter. London's on top. 9-2.
Hang on, folks. Beginning of the second quarter, we're doing trivia.
And I'm sure you asked me how they got 9. You know, there's no field goal there. Well, I'll tell you later.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
For those of you who missed the beginning of the ball game, the first 17 seconds. Brandon
off
Brock.
The left side of the line. And he's driven back. Might have got a yard or 2.
Tell you what, he might have got a yard or 2.
I see why I've had people question me about why we're not hearing much of a Carl.
Yeah,
you stand between him and the mic. You won't let him talk?
I talk too much.
No, he can't talk around you.
Talk through him.
Yeah.
They want to
drill a hole.
Turn up Carl's mic. Looks like Sanders in at tight end. He's at the bottom of your screen, and Monte and Alcott are split out. 2nd and
8. Power eye. Lay it up. Go get it. Go get it.
Alcott's got speed, but he ain't not going to get there. First passing attempt tonight for Barkowiak.
They probably got their speedster on Jackson. So I figured we'll try Alcott. He couldn't quite get to the pass. I think that was the plus that Dobramar had, is he could throw just about as far as they could run.
Are you saying that bad about the receiver or good about Dobramar?
It's great about the receiver, but Dobramar he threw as far as he could throw it, and they were able to get to it. I'm sure that Barkowiak can throw a lot farther than what he did.
Bexley's in a 2-safety deep situation, so they're
expecting. Keeper here.
Oh, Monte's wide open, baby! He's out of bounds.
Would have been beautiful if it pulled it off. Out of bounds.
Camera. Hard up, man. You hollered. You scared me.
I thought he was going to knock the camera down.
He was so wide open out
Monte,
there.
now I'm trying to find him.
Barkowiak pumped out, caught short, and Monte just took off deep down the sidelines. Oh boy, that was 6 all over, but just didn't happen. So
it makes it 4th and 8. We're going to be punting long. It's going to give some field position here to the Lions.
Got a girls volleyball update after this play.
Get the punt off.
Oh!
And it actually turned out to be a decent punt. So they're going to get good field position and return the ball to the 39-yard line.
Don't say the London girls beat Hillsborough this week in 2 games. Gary and Carl was there. I guess it's on TV right now, Friday night. So tune in for that.
It's not on now if they're seeing this.
Yep. And in boys soccer, the soccer team right now is 2-1. Last week they beat Mifflin 14-4. Sounds like a football score, doesn't it?
4? How you get 4?
It's soccer, man.
I'm talking about in football.
Oh, okay. Oh, there, Derek Wallace grabbed him and held him.
Man,
This is a big man. 38? Who is that guy?
Oh my gosh, that's Bryson White, a 6 foot. They got him listed at 210. Somebody made a mistake, Gary.
He's a solid 210, what if he is.
But
he's strong, I know that.
But he only got 3 yards out of it. Derek Wallace did a good job holding on to him while he got help.
He's 210 if Gary's 250.
Amen. And Gary runs a 40 and 4-1.
TV adds on a few pounds.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
That's good hand. Oh, this is their speedster.
Good fake. Looked like he's out of bounds, maybe not.
Bobby Sanders with a nice tackle on Dwan Harvey right there.
Bobby Sanders come clear from the defensive back position and got over there just in time because London was faked out for a second or two there.
That's that wing T offense. They send backs this way and that way, and sometimes it's hard to figure out who's got the ball. You notice
Carl won't get in front of the camera? He got nerve to talk about somebody winning something. I'm mad at that. 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line.
Carl's a power walker, man. Don't talk about him like that. I see him going around town.
Walk by your store, right, Keith?
No, I ain't seen you out that far.
It don't seem to be doing much for him. Anyway, back at the ranch.
3.7 seconds left to go. Last play of the first quarter. There's that 210-pounder again.
He's met the line.
Man. Fumble.
And the quarter ends with a score 9-0. Quarter after a whoa, and London's on top, 9-0. And the Lions are knocking at the door. Here we go. 2nd and 19. The ball's on the 18-yard line.
I don't think it's 2nd and 19. I see about 2nd and 11 on the field.
2nd and 7 now.
Oh, I still see 2nd.
So they can still get a first down inside.
Oh my goodness, that kid's quick.
They're not going to catch him. 3.
That's Dwan Harvey for Bexley.
Dwan Harvey. And he looked quick. You give him a step, and he's going to take a couple feet. So that just puts him right back in the game, 9-6 now.
That was a nice run.
On the first play of the second quarter.
Did we catch all that on film, Carl, or did he fake you out?
Everything was right in the middle of the field.
Sweet run in here to attempt the extra point.
It looked like that was easy to follow.
Jordan Brodnick in to attempt the extra point. Last week he missed his only PAT attempt at Canal Winchester, so and a last-minute field goal got blocked. So let's see what happens. Nice kick. It's good.
Going over to Broad Street. That makes the score 9-7. London's still on top by 2. And Bexley kicks off once again. Bexley's very much in this game.
Nice high kick.
Monte takes it. He's got a step. He's got another step. And he's got another step. He takes it all the way back to the 49-yard line after 3 steps.
He the man.
He's getting some good returns, buddy. Woo! London, they either got a good setup for the return or else.
Actually, Gary, I got stats from the first quarter here. We got on rushing, Walters 4 for 22, Filippo 1 for no yards, Brock 1 for 2 yards, and Barkowiak 2 for 0 yards.
How does that compare to last week's first quarter?
Oh, well,
you ain't got that down there?
Fairly similar. I threw that piece of paper away. Barkowiak's 0 for 1, 0 for 2 throwing the ball. I also got him down, but here's the big story of the game. I'll get to that in just a second here.
Got a wide out, 2 of them on the bottom of your screen.
There's Walters.
Walters up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 yards before they stop.
Keith, you got to save all that paperwork for our archives.
Yeah.
Spell it.
Would somebody turn his mic down? But the big story for the Red Raiders there, 3 returns for Monte Jackson, totaling 118 yards. So
it's not bad for a...
And you add on his fourth one there that he just ran. He's now got almost 150 yards in return yards on 4 touches. So, and he would have had a very long touchdown if that ball hadn't faded out of bounds on that long pass too. So that's DeFilippo.
He tries to run down the side of the line, turn it up, and he's going to be taken down right at the point of the line of scrimmage. Makes it 3rd and 7. I got a feeling London going to have to spring something here. They're going to have to go to their passing game.
Maybe this might be where we see one of them new shotgun formations.
Looks like we're going to have to find ways to get that ball in Monte's hands.
And yeah, for real.
We're going to bring 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen this time.
So far, this has been the Monte Jackson show.
I notice DeFilippo's got his right hand wrapped tonight. I don't know if there's something wrong there. Let's hope not. Hodge goes in motion, which means we don't have an end on that end of the line. Probably an illegal formation. No call. No yards.
Just barely got back to the line of scrimmage if he got that. So that's going to make it 4th and 7. London's going to be punting. No field goal this time.
Well, we got a chance to get Gary back in the booth here. Well, after this, we'll do trivia while Bexley's on offense. So, like I said, I've been thinking of this all week, Gary. My brain's been hurting me.
You been doing any work?
I'm scared of him.
Nope.
I'm mad at that.
I've been passing out Pee Wee football equipment. It's fake to DeFilippo. He ain't gonna get nothing there. We'll give him 2 yards, but
taking quite a chance. William Speech has been coming at us.
Well, I
definitely don't want to give him any field position.
I'm not coaching, but boy, I'd like to pin him back down right there and make him work the whole field. Okay, a little trivia here. Since we're playing the Bexley Lions, we thought we'd do a little Lions trivia.
No, you thought.
Yeah, who's we?
You keep saying we.
But this is the Detroit Lions trivia, okay?
Oh, now we done left the state.
London's Dick LeBeau. Dick LeBeau, okay.
That's the answer.
Is that the answer?
He retired from there 31 years ago.
Today.
And he still holds the Detroit Lions record. What record would that be? Oh, nice block down by
DeFilippo comes in and he put a little hurt on that quarterback's arm there.
So Dick LeBeau still holds the Detroit Lions record, even though he retired 31 years ago. What record does he hold?
Probably interceptions.
Is that your final answer?
That's all I'm giving. You got one, Carl?
Give me time to think about it.
Okay. I wasn't going to tell you the answer right away anyway.
Is it wrote down there?
Yeah, it's on here somewhere.
Okay, here they come in. They're a little newly formed
wing
defense.
T. There's that quick kid again. Oh my, look at him run.
Quarterback keeper, he's gone.
Barkowiak's trying to get him.
I think Monte might have run him out about the 2-yard line.
Well, I'm not keeping stats for them, but Dewan Harvey is really a cooking for Bexley.
Dewan Harvey.
He may be the X factor in this game. I don't remember him from last year at all, but he was on their roster, so man, oh man, he was quick.
He's a senior, so he's probably earned his playing time.
We're going to bring Bexley down a situation with 9:18 to go in the first half here.
And they just took the lead.
Go into lead here. Well, no, he didn't score.
No, he's not the 2-yard line.
Monte and Barkowiak.
1-yard line.
They got him.
Quarterback sneak.
Well, I'd look for that big fullback at 36, that 210-pounder in there.
I'd look for the quarterback trying to get in.
That's the big fullback. Touchdown, Bexley.
That's the score, 13-9, pending the kick.
That looked like Jordan Good, number 36.
with the exception of Monte's carrying on, we haven't really shown a whole lot yet. The best is yet to come.
Well, we got the safety. That's how we got 2 of our points, and the touchdown return. So
this is a game we thought we'd really be tested on too.
We are being tested.
And that makes it 14-9. So we have a score of 14-9 in favor of the Lions. We're in the Lions' den. When you go in the Lions' den, you got trouble. Oh. They got a good.
Wow,
he
gets a foot into that one.
He's going to send it out of the end zone. No return on that. The ball hit on
that one back.
Yeah, it hit on the goal line. At 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line after Bexley kicked the ball clean out of the end zone. London puts the man in motion, and we got a flag. Got a couple flags. What's the answer to that trivia question?
Ready for that?
Yep.
It ain't time for that.
It ain't time?
Carl says we got to wait a little bit so everybody at home can have a chance to concentrate and think about it.
Whose question is it?
And look it up.
Hey, real quick, an update on the freshman game from Wednesday night.
Wednesday night update.
Of course, I left when it started thundering and lightning. So
last one.
This report comes from the parent of a cheerleader, so I hope it's correct. We have Bexley 34, London 28 in triple overtime. So
I'm mad at that.
Must have been a heck of a ball game. I don't know what they're doing playing overtime at the freshman level, but I'm not the coach, so.
Why'd you say that then?
Well, because normally you don't play overtime.
Mark Koviak's caught in the backfield.
London had a penalty against him, and now we're going backwards some more.
Well, like we said a week or so ago, that we felt that this would be the test. Because Bexley's always ready. London and Bexley's usually a really good contest. So.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still early, 14-9. We've got a lot of time left in the second quarter.
Got a lot of field to make up right here, too. Momentum's definitely swung in Bexley's advantage. London's going to bring 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. They've got single coverage on them out here. Of course, Barkoviak, that means he'd have to roll to his left. Straight drop back. Fake, the hitch in, going deep for Alcott. He's out there.
Alcott. No flags nowhere. Go ahead on, big boy. You the man.
Can I scream now, Gary?
Go ahead. The ball was on the 12-yard line, so how is that? 88 yards.
We'll have a shootout.
88-yard touchdown pass.
Be sure we turn the clock off. I mean the camera off, or we'll be up here. We'll be running all kind of time. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We forgot the first score, but the climbing lineman, the London Red Raider lineman, does this thing once again. Let's see if we can do it about 10 more times tonight. You're good, man. I'm glad he stayed with it to make the throw.
It's like
Did you see Alcott shield that defender off to catch the ball?
It's like Red Raiders going to go for 2 here. Alcott in motion. Barkoviak fades back.
Throw it.
Looking for Alcott. 2 points.
Yeah.
Count it. 17-14, London. The lineman, he said he wasn't going to do no climbing for just 2 points. He gets 6, he'll climb. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. London goes on top once again.
Derek Eads to kick for Red Raiders, now up 17-14. Got 8:10 left to go in the first half. It's a shootout's on, Gary.
There you go.
That's good square bear. Got Speedy with the ball, though.
Well, somebody grabbed the ball. Somebody's going to strip him almost.
They almost got it. We'll see it in a minute.
It's like
24.
Garrett Hotchkiss. That's his second play, big play on special teams. So he's a junior. He's just trying to get some playing time.
Slow to get up that time was Monte Jackson. He was in on that play, too.
Well, we ready for the trivia answer? Ready or not? Here it comes. Gary, what's your answer?
I'm gonna say interceptions.
Former Red Raider Dick LeBeau holds the Detroit Lions records 31 years after he retires. And Carl's answer is? Fumble.
And London should be in on it. There's 3 London.
I think Bexley got it.
Did he get one underneath it there?
They're fighting for it. He's fighting for it down there.
Looks like that's Frankie Bird down there fighting for it. But
I didn't see him. He must really hit the ground quick.
Anyway, Dick LeBeau, London's own, still holds the Detroit Lion record for most career interceptions.
What else could it be?
With 62. Boy, he also played in 171 consecutive ball games.
Record?
That's a pretty good streak. It was a record at the time, but it's been broken since. I also wrote down here something about...
Here comes Bexley. Tripped up, shoestring tackle, Carl.
And I didn't know where the ball was.
Wes Mason. Oh, was it Brock?
Brandon Brock made that tackle.
His career there was from 1959 to 1972, and also studying a little bit found out that he wasn't drafted by the Detroit Lions. He was drafted out of Ohio State too.
I'll never tell. It was in the paper though, so everybody knows it.
Oh, I studied it. The Browns. The Browns drafted him.
All that stuff was in the paper just about 3 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah, big write-up.
I must have missed it.
You didn't miss it. That's where you got it at. I'm on you now.
It's good. Back to pass. Oh!
He runs into his own man, and
he also ran into two men. Denon.
Yeah, Big Denon.
I couldn't find the ball.
That's going to bring up 4th and about 14 here for Red Raiders.
That was a good play on our part, because he would have had some room to go if he hadn't run into his own man.
Boy, Gary, this has been a game of big plays so far. I mean, we've had all over the place. DeJuan Harvey for Bexley's kind of been their man. Monte's kind of been ours, but you know, Alcott get the big 88-yard touchdown reception. So
yeah.
Delay game here. Come on.
He's going to be kicking from his own 10-yard line. They've got a pretty decent kicker though. Monte and Alcott back deep. They're going to let him boot it.
Nice high boot. Fair catch called for by Alcott on his own 45. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-yard punt, but he got good height on it. So
good hang time.
No return.
So London's going to get halfway decent, real good field position. Going to take over on the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:17 to go in the second quarter. London on top, 17-14. Now it's the field goals difference.
Yep.
For 3 goals if you're playing soccer.
Did you say somebody was recruiting you at another play?
Faked it to Filippo and Barkoviak.
Kovac.
I think he picked up 6 yards right there for Bart.
The quarterback keeper. He runs that fake out pretty good.
He had a couple nice runs, I thought, against Green. In fact, one I thought he took in for a touchdown.
He did?
He did, but it wasn't. No, they didn't call it. Well, he had one he did take in, but he had another one he took in. I thought he ran it in, but they called him short. So they ran over about 3 people on his way there. So
2nd and 5. He picked up 5 yards all that time. Ball's on the 50-yard line.
Josh Dillard checking in for the Red Raiders all the way to the bottom of your screen. This is Walters.
Walters swinging right. He gets maybe a yard and a half. They're keying on Walters. They've probably seen him. Did he get his name in the paper last week?
Oh yeah, he was listed as Central Ohio leader. So
okay, so they know about him. They're definitely keying on him.
Well, we got 5:17 left to go in the first half here. London's ahead 17-14. It's been a shootout so far, so stay tuned, folks. Don't miss the second half.
We still got 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Faked it to Filippo, and that's Bart. First down.
First down. Who was that? Barkoviak. Keep
hard run through there.
Barkoviak's not a little boy. What's his size?
Probably list him at 6'3", about 185, but
you got him listed 6'1", 180.
Oh, he's taller than that. I'll tell you that. Don't forget the Red Raiders' offensive line there. Frankie Bird and Mike Lang on that carry. They've been doing a good job all night. The long touchdown pass to Alcott took a while to develop, and Red Raider line held them good.
That's 2 people to come over top of right there.
Single coverage on Monte at the bottom of your screen here.
Hand off to Walters. He's going to get him maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Give him 1.
So far, Walters hadn't been able to run wild like he did last week. It's about time for him to break one, don't you think?
I'm all for it, Gary.
Okay.
We could use another touchdown.
I was looking at your contract this week too, and I might take another look at it.
Heard I was subject of some abuse at the volleyball game by the announcers.
I think we're paying you too much.
Must be that new truck I'm driving.
Yeah.
Monte,
There's
nice
my play.
catch.
I love that play. Quick look in, Monte hangs onto the ball. Wasn't good enough for a first down, but
give him 8 on the reception.
It's got him thinking.
That's Monte's first reception of the ball game.
2nd and 9. 3rd and 9.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, you're right. They hadn't changed the clock, and that's what I've been going by.
Your other 9.
Your other 9.
Yeah.
The reverse. We'll reverse a 9, it'd be 6. So.
We need to get this. What's the call, Carl?
Quarterback sneak.
Carl says
no doubt.
Quarterback sneak for those who didn't hear it with his camera on, or his microphone.
And Barkowiak
2 yards there.
sneaks for a first down. He's a real sneaker. Go ahead, Carl. He's not going to let you talk.
They called my play or what?
Yeah. He's not going to let you talk. He keeps blocking you from the mic.
From Carl's camera angle, he can see Barkowiak change out of his cleats and into his sneakers, and we can't see that from here. So.
Oh. You're going to have Barkowiak's dad on you. He paid big money for them cleats. 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. London's rising to the challenge.
I'd like to see him punch one in here before the end of the first half. That'd be sweet.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left and too much time.
That's too much time.
Might as well go down. Well, got a 5-yard penalty on that play and too much time taken by London.
It's only London's 2nd penalty on the ball game.
1st and 15.
Oh, go, Nick, go!
The Philippo's got some room. Run over him. Good play. Yeah. I don't know if Nick's that good agile of a cutter, but I just figured he'd just run over this guy.
I give Nick 27 on that carry for the Red Raiders.
Monte was out there blocking him.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's been a while since we've had a back that's just run over somebody.
All the way down the London 9-yard, or the Bexley 9-yard line here, so.
Makes it 1st and goal.
Dillard's still in the ball game. He's at the bottom of your screen. Alcott all the way to the top.
London's knocking on the door with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Quick hand off to Filippo on the right side of the line. He's going to pick up another 3 yards.
Down to the 6.
Going to make it 2nd and about 5. 2nd and 6.
If we can get this scoring, we'll complete that momentum change.
Yeah, well, we got the last score, didn't we?
Right.
So the minimum ought to be in our favor.
Now the Red Raiders bring in their 2 tight end package, so a little bit more of a power package here. 1:45 left to go here in the first half. Fumble. Uh-oh. Pick it up, Bart. Go, baby.
Oh. He almost got away with one there.
He did get down to the 4, though. I'd give him 2 yards on the carry.
And centered the ball in front of the uprights, so if we end up with 4th down, we got a field goal kicker.
I don't think that was by design. Well, I mean.
No. But I'm saying where the ball's placed at, it's almost dead center of the goalpost.
Going to bring up 3rd, and they got a 3rd and goal here for the Red Raiders from about the 5. So going to hand to Walters.
Walters going. He wants touchdown. Give it to him. Walters for a 4 or 5 yard touchdown.
Nice run by Jerry Walters. He just kept his legs going, man. That's sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Very good. I'm mad at that.
Yeah, I know. I'm mad at that too. So's my daughter. Can't the lineman be out toward the field?
Okay, let's check it out here real quick. I can't tell who the snapper is. It might be Kane Robinson in there.
It's not Barkowiak?
I can't see.
It's a good one. It's up. It's good. And London's up. 23-14. Looks like it's going to be a shootout today. So 24-14. London's on top with 1:10 left to go. And the climbing lineman wants to do his thing. Here we go. The climbing lineman doing his thing. He told us he'd do every score. He missed the first one. You dirty dog. You don't miss anymore. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're getting ready for the kickoff after the climbing lineman went to his knees that time. Kick clear down to the 20-yard line. And this has been nothing but exciting tonight with all the good yardage runs we've had from both teams. 24-14, London's back up by 10. They had a 9-point lead at the end of the first quarter. And they very possible they could have upped it a point. 24-14 now.
Here goes a prevent.
And somebody went and put some gum in Keith's mouth and he can't talk now. Ha 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 ha.
Just taking a break.
I'm mad at that.
I bet you are.
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
Go Speedy.
Man, oh man, look at him run.
He's got a mean cutback.
Derek Wallace on tackle there for Red Raiders. That's good speed for a defense. Or that was Frankie, I'm sorry. Good speed for a lineman.
Juan Harvey, if he gets that cutback on you, he's usually got you, though.
Hurry up offense here from Bexley. We're down to 57 seconds to go in the first half. Red
Raiders wanting to score.
Red Raiders up by 10.
And incomplete pass.
We'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the London 45.
I thought they were running a hurry-up offense there for a minute.
Well, it was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just need to hurry up and give it to number 2.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah. DeJuan Harvey. He's got 2 first names there.
Well, Harvey. Oh, it's Wilbur.
He's in a slot position here. They're going to get it to him on the inside trap.
And his feet is so quick.
Picks up 8 yards there, and Bexley's going to take a timeout. You know what amazes me about him, Gary, is they're not really using him on quick pitches and getting him on the outside to begin with.
He's earning everything he gets.
They're giving him inside handoffs on traps, and he's dancing his way through the bulk of the line and then cutting back. So
5'8", 160. Wasn't that about the size of, what's the name? Got the 2 Heisman trophies?
Oh, Archie Griffin.
Archie?
I don't quite compare him to him yet, but
he's about that size in high school, I think.
He's quick. Ooh, he's quick.
DeJuan Harvey is the man to watch for, number 3.
Got
44 seconds.
2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. That's O'Reilly. Ooh! Sanders and Barkowiak on the coverage for the Red Raiders. So
quarterback's got a good arm, ain't he? I mean, he rifled that ball about 30.
Last year, remember, Zach Germain was the main quarterback for Bexley. They put Jordan Good in, or I think not Jordan Good, Andrew Good in for 1 play, and he threw about an 80-yard reception. Nice touch across the middle, but nice defense by Barkowiak.
Good, and no flags, and they were wanting one. The throw was to DeJuan Harvey.
Well, that's got to be tough for Barkowiak to cover Harvey on the open field like that.
Barkowiak's not that slow once he gets that second step in. His first 2 steps don't seem to be that fast, and that's where it looks to me. But once he gets that second step in.
He was running with him there. London still in a cover 2, kind of a prevent defense with 29 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 for Bexley from the London 25.
They got Harvey long.
Good back to pass. Intercept. Oh, Bobby Sanders.
Sanders took his eye off the ball. He was looking downfield when he caught that ball.
He was looking to slam dunk that baby, wasn't he? On the fast break.
That would be sweet if he'd caught that. Because Bobby got some wheels too. Them long legs.
Bring up 3rd and 10 for Bexley from the London 25.
On the 25 with 23 seconds left in the first half. London on top, 24-14. I'm mad at that.
Good back to pass. Short pattern. I don't know who this is, but 3's down there blocking for him. First down. They're going to stop the clock. Well, looks like while the chains move, they're going to stop.
Quarterback took a good hit.
Looks like Bexley took a timeout.
Bexley called a timeout. Now I know we're rolling. 16-5.
First and goal for Bexley. The London 9. They're looking for O'Reilly. Now they're looking for. That's that little number 3 on that catch.
And took it right out of Sanders' hands.
Juan Harvey.
Juan Harvey.
Man, what a player.
He went up and took it right out of
well, he had the rebounding position on Sanders, but
on Sanders'
man, he got up there high, didn't he?
Sanders couldn't believe he caught it.
That little number 3 jumped up and caught that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, he did.
And it was in the air, too. It wasn't no
Check the tape.
easy
Carl.
pick.
Jordan Brodnick in to attempt the extra point for Bexley.
Makes the score 24-20, so we're not going to get that cushion going in at halftime. And we're back down to a 3-point game, 21-24. London on top, and we got 11 seconds to go in the first half.
Josh Stayborn to kick off for Bexley. It's out of bounds, so London will get it at, I believe, the 35.
You can tell the way he kicked that, he meant for that to be no return. Low line drive. London will get the ball out on first and 10, 11.5 seconds to go on the 35-yard line. Now what do? Do we get fancy and go after something, or do we just take a knee and run the clock out?
35, I'll take a couple shots.
Well, 11 and a half seconds. You're not going to get too many plays off.
I said a couple. Now they're going to be a prevent, though. No, we're rolling.
Oh. See if we got any more updates. Let me see. We did JV football. We did freshman football. Soccer.
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm just messing with you.
Girls soccer. Got an update on girls soccer. They lost last week, 5-0, but they'll come back. They'll get a win. A couple of them. Let's hope a bunch of them. Barkowiak straight drop back, looking for Monte. There's Dwan Harvey on the coverage there for Bexley. He's going to be selling hot dogs at halftime at the concession stand if anybody needs.
And he had the inside track on that pass too. He very easily could have picked that off had it been thrown just a little bit longer.
They'll be directing traffic after the game out on Cassingham and Cunningham out there.
6.8 seconds. I say we take a knee and get out here with a 4-point lead, a 3-point lead. He's Filippo on the last carry of the game, and he'll pick up about 8 yards. And that ends the first half with a score, London 24. What they call
Called a timeout with 0.3 seconds.
So we've got 0.3 of a second left. London's going to get a playoff. And we're going after it. And that ends the first half with a score. I can finally say it. London's on top at the end of the first half by 3 points, 24-21. Any more updates, Keith?
Nope. On to the second half.
I'm mad at that. half.
This eats to kick for the Red Raiders.
Fine display by the bench.
Right off the man. That's Derek Wallace.
What a
London
play,
ball.
what a play, what a play.
That's what I'm talking about.
That couldn't have been a better onside kick if you'd planned it.
Well, that kid for Bexley turned to start to run back to get into coverage, and Derek's only 10 yards away from him. He drilled it off his chest.
And we're starting out the third quarter like we did the first with a big play.
You said the man turned and he kicked it off his chest. Where's the chest? In the back?
Sheriff shot him in the front.
Which way did he turn?
Yeah. He turned and he got kicked in the chest.
Red Raider ball. Red Raider ball.
That was just a little observation there.
Yeah, 44-yard line.
Where's the ball? Who's got the ball?
That's DeFilippo. Looks like he's going to get about
That was just looked like a Buffalo package there with one Buffalo.
Just cover a little bit about our halftime statistics here. Second quarter for Red Raiders, we had one good offensive run. Other than that, I think London had 9 carries for about 20 yards, a little more than that, but at halftime so far we got Walters, 9 rushes for 31 and a touchdown.
DeFilippo just went for 5 yards. It was 2nd and 5 on the 46-yard line.
Bexley fans like that. It's like about a no gain there on the reception to Monte Jackson. Also for Red Raiders, DeFilippo 6 rushes for 41 yards. Brock 1 rush for 2 yards. And Barkowiak 7 rushes for 11 yards in the passing department. The Barkowiak for the first half, 3 for 7 with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So
makes it 3rd and 6. Barkowiak in the center. Wide out, 2 to the right. Here comes
Walters.
Walters, and he picks up maybe a yard at the most.
Bring up punting situation for the Red Raiders. We'll see if they punt. They faked in a similar situation early in the ball game. Also for Red Raiders at halftime, return yards. Monte Jackson 4 touches for 148 yards. So that's been big for London. Also, not many penalties tonight. I am keeping track of those. So far, I got 2 for London, 2 for Bexley, each team with 10 yards of penalties. So
London's going to punt now. We got Alcott back to punt.
We'll punt to the right side.
To the right, going to go out of bounds on about the 25-yard line.
10.
So
only about a 21-yard punt there for Josh.
Josh Alcott, your punter.
No trivia in the second half, Gary. I know it disappoints you, but
I don't know what I'm going to do.
And how long do you have to think about that last one?
I've worked all week on that question.
You see, his head's red. Dread to red.
Had to have a tie-in with the Bexley Lions, and the Lions had to be tied into London. I mean, got all these requirements. That's
Bexley.
Colin O'Reilly.
Smack it!
That was a hold. They missed a hold right there on Derek Wallace. Now they're going to call one from the back judge. I don't know if he's calling the tackle I saw, but they tackled Derek Wallace. Now they're going to call push in the back. Boy, how could he miss that hold right out there in front of the run?
Sanders finally come up and made the tackle, but he was on his way to making pretty decent yardage. But usually when you have a hold like that, it usually turns out to be halfway decent yardage.
Well, I think they missed the hold. The official was standing right here. Now they're just calling a push in the back. They're calling later in the play, but they'll set Bexley back 10 yards from the spot, and they was already upfield, so it's going to make it about 2nd and 15. 9:51 to go here in the third quarter. London up 24-21.
Start the clock.
Start the clock.
It's rolling. Uh-oh. Got Dwan in motion right up the middle.
It's a big fullback good
And
there.
a good tackle by Sanders. Or he had some room to roll.
We got that Brandon Brock.
Had one man to beat, and that was Sanders. And Sanders made the
Sanders
got the ankles. Yeah.
Sanders come flying up there.
He come flying up there and hit the ankle.
Moving.
If you would quit talking so much, you could see what was going on.
Are you talking to Carl?
No, you. I'm mad at that. I'm just playing with you. I gotta say something.
I gotta be nice because I gotta catch a ride home, man.
I'm not driving. Fumble, and I think London may have it.
We got it. We got it.
Is Big D on that?
No. How did
No, that would have been
Frankie Bird.
Frankie Bird. But
What
we
they
didn't get
doing?
it.
What's the call?
we didn't
They
get
kept the ball.
After all that yelling and screaming, Carl, and we didn't get it?
Who's to say? Now I know you ain't riding home. You just talked yourself out of a ride.
3rd and 4. Come on, Red Raiders. Let's get a stop here.
Free paint. You can ride home.
Come on, Red Raiders. Get a stop. Oh, my goodness. That's going to cost Denon a person. Ooh.
Denon likes to put on a show.
Obviously, the
When he
man
makes a
jumped.
play, boy, he struts and kicks his legs and feet and stuff. Hey, he done what was right. You got a free hit somebody.
He watches the pros.
I'm surprised we've seen so much offense in this contest. London's had a lot of big plays, but Bexley returns 9 men on defense that started last year, and I think London returns 9 starters on defense. So, expecting more of a defensive game now. I'm starting to think first team to 40 is going to win this thing. That's good back to pass, almost intercepted by, was that Sanders coming up from the safety spot?
It might have been.
Yeah. He got landed on pretty hard there.
He got laid on. It got flattened.
By Jeff Grogan from Bexley, the tight end.
He gets up, says, "I did my job, coach."
Sanders is playing a game here today.
I have noticed, I think Will Longsdorff, there must be something wrong with him. He was late coming out of the locker room.
Makes it
And I don't
4th and
think
9.
I don't think he's played at all tonight, so.
Maybe they kept him out because he was late coming out of the locker room.
No. Alcott and Jackson deep for the Red Raiders.
We're going for the block.
Looks like they're
Somebody
going for
jump. Somebody move. Somebody move. Look at Danny. Don't hit him.
You ain't lying.
That's
He was
against
going-
Bexley.
He was after him too, wasn't
It's
he?
kind of hard to stop 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Once you get it going. You could tell us about that, Gary.
It's kind of hard to stop 300 pounds once I get it going. Woo. What a night.
Don't turn your back in this booth.
I'm driving. I can talk.
Yeah. We got 2 of us here. We'll beat you up.
Red Raiders looked like they were going to charge that time.
That makes it 4th and 14.
Or DeFilippo looks like he was going to rush from his linebacker.
Back at
Here
their
they
own
come.
10-yard
Here they
line.
come.
He gets off a
Low
good kick and
snap.
it's going to get a good roll.
Come on, Josh. Take it, baby. Go. Hold on to it.
Oh,
Ouch.
and he ran into a stone wall. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, snap.
Man, oh man, what a hit by Riley Hunter, the sophomore.
He popped right straight back up, though. Josh Alcott, he's an old man. Little but mighty. Small but mighty. Carl said that's the way he was when he played high school ball. You never got in there, did you?
Carl?
No, you.
I'll tell you when it's Keith time.
Carl told me he was a 94-pound nose tackle.
That was just his nose was 94 pounds.
Barkowiak under center. Dillard at the bottom of your screen. It's like trying to give Monte a blow here or there. Or a rest. Same offensive lineup, looks like. Lang at your left tackle, Bird at your left guard, Richendaler your center, right tackle O'Farrell, and your right guard O'Farrell, right tackle Wes Mason. It's like Sanders and Hodge are still splitting the time at the fullback or at the tight end position.
Man, we didn't get much yardage on that. A foot.
Looked like it was walking through like a practice play.
There's the fake to Monte. Barkowiak's running for his life. I think his arm was going forward. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Got to make it 3rd and 9.
Was anybody out there?
It was actually the hitch and go to Monte, and he was going up against. He wasn't going up against Dwan Harvey. He was going up against
11.
Kevin Skolnick. So
Harvey ain't in the game.
yeah, Harvey was covering the other corner. Yeah, he was covering Alcott. So I think London's trying to get the matchup against Skolnick, number 11. Now Red Raiders send 2 to the top of your screen. Bexley's slowly bringing coverage out there. 3rd and 10, passing situation, option run. Barkowiak, he's going to pick
try
up.
to get back against the grain. To no avail. And Bexley recovered the fumble.
They signaled yet?
Did we lose it?
Looks like we lost him. Nice run by Barkowiak. I didn't see how the ball got stripped out, but now it's time for the Red Raiders defense to step up.
Bexley takes over. 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line.
There it goes. Come on out here.
They haven't even started the clock. It just now started.
That's like a 11-yard pickup for O'Reilly. That's going to be a 1st down.
We weren't set up.
They never started the clock.
Oh, really? Look,
You got it going now.
they got it running. They should have stopped it.
The man's trying to get it stopped now. Watch the time,
We
too,
got a
Carl.
red Raider down on the field.
We got a lot of passing going on, so watch the time. So 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line after a slight injury.
Come on, don't give him all that.
That's a big fullback good there. He's almost
Good was
200.
stretching out. They're going to give it to him.
Almost
He stole it, too.
210.
A little bit of it.
Yeah, because his knee had to be down.
Going to bring up 2nd and about 8 for the Blue Lions. 6:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Red Raiders still up 24-21.
Still
Stay
only got a
tuned.
yard and a half out of it. Here comes Speedy.
Somebody get him. String him out.
Oh, who got him on top?
Ooh, Mr. O'Farrell.
O'Farrell.
Meet Mr. Dwan Harvey.
And so was
Look at him. Look at him.
He's a little ginger.
What in the
He's
world?
tippy-toeing
he don't
now.
know where he's at.
He's heading toward the huddle.
Baby, look at him.
He's heading toward the huddle. You don't want to ever see somebody get hurt, though, man. Something is wrong.
You don't see that too often.
He's got a cramp. He's got a cramp, and it's pointing his toe.
Dwan Harvey took a big lick that time.
He looks to be okay. Looks like maybe a cramp, so we wasn't making fun of him.
Let's hope that's all it is. Quarterback keeper.
Who's got the ball? Oh,
I'm not sure whether he really wanted to keep going that time.
that's going to bring up 4th and 6 for Bexley, so come on, Red Raiders. Let's see if we can return a punt, get some field position here. Oh, no, that's 4th and 10. I'm sorry.
Mistakes have been pretty much equalizing out on both teams. So that's 4th and 10 on the 48-yard line.
Well, let's see if
We
they're...
got a chance. We got Monte and Alcott, Jackson and Alcott back deep. They're showing a lot of respect too.
Not a good snap. Derek Wallace making a charge. Beautiful boot, way high in the air. That's okay. You're allowed to make a fair catch call and then act like you're going to run it. It's still down. I don't know what the Bexley fans are upset about. I better be quiet. Might start throwing stuff at us.
I think Keith is by himself so much, Carl, he just talks to hear himself talk. I bet you practice in the lineman store.
That's it.
Climbing lineman.
The folks had to start coming out to the London Paint Plus so we have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, it's running. 5:25 to go. 3rd quarter.
What's clock? It still ain't on.
Should be on the snap. Nothing doing right there. That looked like that DeFilippo on it. No, Walters on the carry there. So Jerry's having a little rougher way to go of it tonight as compared to last week. 3rd quarter here, he's got 3 carries for 2 yards. So
Second and 10. It's time to break one. We got the little speech rally.
Boy, they're really watching Monte. They got double coverage on him here on the outside. Barkowiak rolling this way. It's tough to roll that way and throw, but he does it.
That should have been interference.
Oh, it's coming from the back, Judge. It's coming from the back, Judge. He's calling
it. You can see that was interference. The coaches aren't happy with it. Of course, they shouldn't be. But
the official on top of the call was
he came over top of him before the ball got there.
That's going to be in high school. Remember, it's 15 yards from the previous spot. It's not or it's 10 yards from previous spot. I think it's not where the interference occurred.
So if that's the case, it's going to give us a 1st down.
Yep.
Juwan's back up.
15 yards from.
He ain't that small. I mean, his legs aren't that small. Because he's only 5'8".
Yeah. Red Raiders get a 1st down. Looks like on their own 37-yard line.
Right out to the right, and here comes Walters to the left.
That's Walters going to pick up about 2 yards there.
We got more than 2.
Looked like he might have got about 3 or 4, but he covered the ball well.
About
no
4
fumble.
then, I'm sorry.
And that was good to see. Because this seems to be, it's funny how all of a sudden a year hit and everybody's trying to strip the ball. Which is the way it should be played. You can't win if you can't got the ball.
2nd and 6 for London. Now we got Bobby Sanders, the tight end, out wide on the bottom of your screen. Hodge be your receiver on the top of the screen.
Comes Walters once again. He's going to drive.
Oh!
And we got a flag on the
Flag right in the area holding too.
We got a 21-24 is still the score. That's what it was at the end of the first half.
The preliminary call holding, was it?
We're down to 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the third quarter. London still holds a 3-point edge.
Back to live action, Gary.
As opposed to
Tape delayed, man.
tape delayed. London's in the power eye. Wide out to the top of the screen. Monte Jackson up top. No, it's not Monte. It's Dillard. I couldn't see his number too well.
It's going to bring up 4th down for the Red Raiders, I think.
Neither team has set the world on fire in the third quarter with offense. Defense is buckling down.
3rd and 13. Well, like I said, Bexley had 9 starters back on defense. Red Raiders the same, so you would have thought it'd been more of a defensive game, but wide open in the first half.
Yeah, they got Winsaki in there.
Winsaki?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Buckle down, Winsaki. Buckle down. You never heard that?
Shotgun.
Shotgun. Nice snap from Richendaler. Barkowiak's got time. Oh, Sanders jump. Intended for Sanders, nothing doing there, so punting situation.
Broken up by number 6, I believe. And that would be Ellie Barkin.
Well, now let's see how Barkowiak does as the deep snapper. Snapping to Alcott, so.
First one was good for when he deep snapped earlier in the game. He done a good job.
He's going to be kicking the ball from right at about his own 20, so ball being snapped from the 30. Bexley's got 1 man back. Are they going to rush this thing? Ooh, they do put a rush on. Alcott gets a pretty nice boot.
And it's going to be returned from the 39-yard line.
Ooh, Garrett Hotchkiss.
All the way back to about the.
Garrett with his 3rd tackle of the night on special teams.
About a 10-yard return.
10, 20, 30-yard punt there by Alcott.
Normally I can hear who their speakers and tell who's doing the return.
Yeah, we're behind the speakers here. So. Well, Bexley's going to take over on the London 51.
Yeah, there you go. 2:52 left in the third quarter.
It's almost 10 o'clock at night. I'm just seeing if Gary's still awake.
24. Well, I haven't been allowed to talk. Look, Denham's in there. He pats him on the back after he tries to slow down that 300-pound momentum.
It's going to be another penalty on Bexley, looks like. So their penalties have not been helping them. Of course, London had a couple turnovers. So now what happened? What's the call?
The mistakes have been taking over the third quarter.
There was no call. Apparently, they just stopped.
TV timeout.
Yeah, that was it.
No, they saw a chance that Denham was getting ready to run over somebody. Flat cat.
It's good back to pass. He was looking for O'Reilly. Get him! Get him!
And he still loses.
Alcott and DeFilippo on the tackle.
Finally comes up and makes that tackle with Alcott, but not after he finished it off, made a first down.
I thought there was a block in the back.
There you go.
You'll see it on the replay on the tape. Well, that's if you got your VCR in and you play it back and forth, but you'll see it.
I'm writing all this stuff down. And when it comes time for contract time, oh man, you remind me of somebody else that bought a tape, or they didn't buy the tape.
I'm demanding my pay be doubled at the next contract negotiation schedule.
Let's see what we can do. 1st and 13.
Oh, it's an inside trap.
Yeah.
This is number 35. He's a new man. Clean jersey.
Running hard.
Oh, my goodness. Nice run there by Scott Qualman. Nice run by
back
Scott.
And then some. 1st down and 10. On about the what? 26-yard line.
You don't count the penalties against Bexley. You know, they've picked up almost 45 yards in the last 2 plays. So London better hunker down here.
Got 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
It's like the fullback good.
And he took a
nice
hit. You can't tell who hit him.
Big hit by Derek. Was that Derek Wallace? No, that was Hodge.
He's still down. He could hide in the game and you wouldn't find him. 2nd and 23.
Like Bexley's running out of backs except for that big fullback error. Woo! That was Mike Lang on the tackle there playing some defense for the Red Raiders.
London's hurt now.
Who's down for London?
Here we go.
Here we go. 1:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Back fumble.
And
that's going to bring up 4th and 2 for Bexley. So let's see if they're going to try a field goal here.
Field goal will tie it up.
Yep. Line it up about be a 37-yard attempt. I'd say the kicker's got the leg for it. Maybe a 36-yard attempt.
They're going for it. They're bringing in the secret weapon.
They're bringing in the X Factor. That's Sean, man with 2 names, Dwan Harvey. Harvey Dwan.
Harvey. Uncle Harvey.
Tell you what, where's he line up, man? You got to watch him.
Wide.
He's wind up wide to the left.
To the left.
4th and 2, big play, biggest play of the ball game right here. That's a big fullback, 1st down. I'd say you got it.
Looks like it is from
You only had to get to about the 16. I'd say almost about the 15 and a half.
They're saying they got it, and we're saying they didn't.
No, they got it.
They're calling for a change.
The spot's all the way back at the 16.
5 seconds left, and they just...
That was a 1st down for you folks at home that missed the measurement. There, fake to the X Factor, hand to O'Reilly. Denon's got him in a bear hug. Look out. Derek Wallace there, too, for the Red Raiders. Now Denon's going to help him up.
He just jerked him up.
Pulled his arm out something.
He gets a bear hug on you like that, you probably couldn't breathe.
That's like the last play of the 3rd quarter here.
So at least nobody's going to score in the 3rd quarter, but Bexley's knocking on the door in the 4th. So there you have the score. 24-21 at the end of the 3rd quarter. London is still on top. It's anybody's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. Okay, Bexley's a 2nd and 12 on the 18-yard line. And they give it to the X Factor. Juan, he's looking for a room. Picked up from behind by number 78. Mike Lang in on that tackle. So we're just getting into the 4th quarter. And
I got some stats all the way through the 3rd quarter, Gary. We'll get to them after this play. Come on, Red Raiders, stop them.
No more than I've seen. I don't think we want to see it here.
Wasn't too many. That's O'Reilly running wide. Walters almost got Derek Wallace.
Is that Wallace?
Yeah.
It's like Walters may be hurt for the Red Raiders.
Are they?
Trying to tie it up.
Well, they look like they're awful close.
It's like Jordan Brodnick in here for Bexley, 6'1", 180-pound kicker. Gonna go tie the ball game up.
Going for it off early in the game.
Nathan Coe to hold. 29-yarder on the way. No good.
Off to the left. And London holds. They're going to take over, and someone else can't hardly get up.
Red Raiders going to take over on their own 20.
We got another big man can't hardly get up. Who was that? Denon. Okay, we're rolling. 10:55 to go in this quarter. London holds.
Need a sustained drive.
Definitely need a sustained drive.
Oh,
good start. It looked like it was headed that way, didn't it?
That was Garrett. Was that
Mark
DeFilippo?
DeFilippo.
How many yards we give him on that one?
He was almost off the race. That guy
About 5.
Philippo was looking for daylight, and he just about had it. Give him 5 yards.
And he held on too. He grabbed that foot and held on to it.
Dragging him.
Yeah.
Philippo's a load. Gonna have to try to use him a little bit more.
Who's at the tailback? Is there somebody different?
But to Philippo at tailback,
And we
a
got
little bit different situation. And Brandon Brock running fullback. I told you I thought maybe Will Longsdorff wasn't available for this game for some reason or other, maybe injury or something. And now with Jerry Walters kind of fighting some cramps, got a big backfield in there.
It seemed like everybody, I guess that's what the calls have been cramped up on both teams.
That's a 5-yard penalty against London. That's not going to help matters any. London went penalty free in the third quarter. But
we got to work on some field position, if nothing else.
For sure.
Speak into the mic, Carl. We need field position.
He hadn't drilled a hole through your back yet.
You can relay my message. Give me a phone, I'll call you.
We need to turn the camera off.
See for the Red Raider.
Double wide out the bottom of your screen. London's in the pocket. Pro eye.
Bexley's not playing a deep safety. Looking for London to run.
Markoviak just something went wrong on that play.
He's going to lose about 4 yards there. So
somebody either went the wrong way or something. I don't know what happened on that play, but Markoviak was left out there to dry.
At this point, Red Raiders will take any kind of win. Win ugly, win pretty, it don't matter. But we need just a nice sustained drive here to wind some time off the clock and get the opportunity to maybe punch one more in to knock this thing out. Gonna bring up 3rd and 13 for Red Raiders. Basically a passing situation from kind of deep in their own territory at the London 18-yard line.
Got all caught in motion on the top of your screen. Pitch out to Philippo. He's looking for some room.
He's going to pick up about 6 yards, but that's not going to be enough. And Red Raiders is going to be in a punting situation from their own 24. With just about 9 minutes to go in the ball game here. Red Raiders still hanging on, 24-21.
Still got that 3-point edge. A field goal away, which is almost on us. I'm mad at that.
Let's see how Barkowiak does with the snap here. Alcott's to punt. O'Reilly's going to be one man deep for Bexley.
Going to get good field position.
Nice punt, nice high punt. O'Reilly catches his own 46.
And he's got some room.
He's got a wall. Alcott's out there. Drags him out at the 30. Looks like a face mask on top of that. Nobody saw the face mask. Thank goodness for London. He was,
about a 25-yard return that time.
Nice return there by Cameron O'Reilly.
Gives him good field position.
Nice punt by Josh, but he just got a wall going to his left there. And
had a beautiful wall. And then he made a couple of good juke moves and picked up a few more yards. So the Lions are going to take over on their own 29-yard line, on London's 29-yard line. They're looking ahead. Nothing doing that time. Might have got a half a yard before he's smothered by a host. Denham's in there.
Mike Lang in there
78.
for Red Raiders. Kenneth White, 75. Those defensive linemen we never give enough credit to. They all was in there on that stop. Freshman and a sophomore, or a sophomore, junior, and a senior. Clock running down to just about 8 minutes to go in the ball game here. This is a nail biter, Gary.
Yes, it is.
It's a barn burner.
A barn burner. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left. Here we go.
That's big fullback. Good fumble. Red Raiders got it.
May have got the fumble.
Who's on it? Who's on it? Somebody's happy.
I've seen flags.
Derek Wallace. I didn't see no flags. I saw sandbags.
He's running without the ball.
He sure was, wasn't he?
Did anybody touch it? He just dropped it, switching hands, didn't he?
He got out. And,
somebody swipe him.
Wasn't nobody around him, and he got excited.
Derek Wallace, fine. He's got a nose for the football. I'll tell you what, a couple times this year so far. He's had some big sacks and big fumble recoveries. So, come on, Red Raiders, sustain drive. But we'll take points any way we can get them. If you want to score them on this play, we'll take them.
Come on, pick up some yardage.
And we got a whistle.
Don't talk
For water break. First and 10 on the 30-yard line. And we got another whistle.
45 on a Friday night here as we finish the ball game here at Bexley. All kinds of delays going on.
Get some yardage.
Walter's back in the game. It's going to pick up, we'll give him 4 yards. We're going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Red Raiders.
They got about the same two people that's been pulling Walters down almost every time.
This Bexley team is good, I'm telling you. I'm very impressed by them. Take away some big plays for London, and it's a whole different ball game.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, they said they got beat on a big play last week. I would say so.
Yeah, 54-yard field goal, time running off the clock. That's big. It's like O'Farrell or DeFilippo tailback or fullback, and Walters at tail. There's
Get up there.
Jerry tries his best. He gets up there, and he's going to be about 2 yards short of the post. He's going to make it 4th and about 3.
I think it's going to be 3rd, isn't it?
3rd, yeah.
They changed it. They changed that stick quick. 3rd and 3. The ball's on our own 37-yard line.
We haven't got very many first downs, have we?
I don't keep first downs, but yeah, they've really shut us down. Come on, Red Raiders. Big play right here. Big play. From their own 37-yard line here. They got to get 3 for the first. That's Barkowiak. First down.
Goes up to the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10. What about the 41-yard line? You just followed DeFilippo right through the hole.
Just keep that clock rolling.
Yeah, Bexley played the last game, like I said. You know, Canal Winchester got the 54-yard field goal, the minute 19 left, and then Canal Winchester ended up blocking a 21-yard field goal attempt with 4 seconds left on the clock to preserve the win. So Bexley's been in tight ball games.
We're down to 6 minutes now. If we can just keep the guy running the clock, keep the clock going.
Go in there and kick him in the shorts, Gary.
Nope.
Ooh, kind of a busted play there, but Walters got it, and he fights back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't know what that play was. Walters gets the ball and he's standing still and nowhere to go.
And net 0 yards.
That's the 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 41-yard line.
Keep that clock going, down to 5:25 to go in the ball game here. London's still up by 3, 24-21.
Walters once again.
Ooh, maybe a good thing him.
Loose ball.
Wow.
I didn't see anybody jump, but
he looked back for it.
yeah, he looked back for it because he fumbled it, I
I was
think.
going to say, did he have the ball?
The procedure against London, so that's their second penalty of the 4th quarter.
He was
here.
a long ways up there before he looked back.
I know. It was a good thing
Good thing somebody jumped.
Yeah.
In retrospect.
5 minutes. We got enough time to get this 5 minutes in?
If he'd run for touchdown, we'd been saying, too bad somebody jumped.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, climbing lineman is upset. So that's why we're not getting any
I
points.
could see it in the expression on his face.
Yeah, he's upset.
Second and 16 for the Red Raiders. Barkowiak, straight drop back. He's looking for Monte. He overthrows that ball way out of the sidelines. Nice try, though, Red Raiders.
He laid it about the only place he could put it. Monte wasn't able to hold on to it. It looked like he did get a hand on it.
He was out of bounds.
No, was he out of,
Yeah.
he gets out of bounds a lot, doesn't he?
That's
Way out of bounds.
He had a play right down in front of us where he throwed him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Have to make our London field a little bit wider maybe. We'll go to a soccer pitch size.
Well, we don't want to get too loose here because we still got a lot of time. Almost 5 minutes left.
Big play here though. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 15 for Red Raiders. Ooh, low snap. Oh, rushing Bexley lineman. That was Monte trying to get out there. Nice coverage by Skolnick.
Skolnick wasn't going to let him get back to get to the ball.
Boy, Gary, this is going to get me.
Punting situation.
This is
you got cramps too?
Hard on the heart, man. This is going to come down to a...
Carl said you had lockjaw. And that ain't even slowed you up. Hard.
It's now, every play becomes critical with, about 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game here.
Got all caught back to punt.
Many troubles London's had with their punt. Now they've had trouble with the return, so let's see.
We got a timeout, London.
Block. Back deep for Bexley, their quarterback, good. And he's way deep. Oh, bad snap. Alcott gets it off. Bounce, ball, bounce.
Oh, perfect bounce.
Come on, Derek Wallace, get him.
Who's got the outside, man?
Well, Derek Wallace finally did close down on him, but not until he gets back to the London 44-yard line there.
So Bexley's going to take over another. We haven't had any field position the whole second half.
Nope. Bexley's pretty much dominated this ball game. Now let's see what happens. 4 minutes, 27 seconds, a lot of time.
Four minutes and 27 seconds left, and
There's some of those Red Raider defensive players there. See if we got any new fresh faces out there. Looks like the same old bunch. Walters is playing defense. There's that quick guy. Uh-oh.
Trouble.
Ooh, Bobby Sanders with the hit out of bounds.
Made a good hit.
Not until he picks up 20 yards down to London 23.
How many times can they run that play?
They can't catch him. They probably run about any time they want.
Oh, that's that old wing T formation where you just send those running backs in different directions. Somebody's got a key on that fella.
Anytime he gets in the game, you got to get somebody key on him.
The clock even moved.
He's definitely the X factor. Yeah, because there was 4:27 left. So Bobby Sanders with the hit. Wes Mason, no, he let up. But Juwan Harvey is he is hurting the Red Raiders.
And a lot of that, West let up, but a lot of that could be out of frustration too.
Yeah,
if you can't tackle something you can't catch.
West did the right thing though. He was out of bounds and he let up on him. Oh man!
They didn't want the kickoff to win this game.
This is making us nervous.
They're not going to let us do that.
Wing T formation. This is.
He stood up and he's still going to get him about 2 yards.
I don't think that was Dwan though. Harvey.
Mason's in on that tackle too.
Yep.
Mason in 44.
That's Brandon Brock.
Red
Raiders. Come on, Red Raiders. Second and goal from the 9.
It's only a 3-point game. 3:47 left in this quarter.
They can't get a first down. So
we need a turnover.
They got to take it all the way in or get the field goal, obviously, to tie. O'Reilly in motion. That's a big fullback. That's good.
Job. He's down at about the 4-yard line with a good spot.
Going to be marked about the 5, I'd say. Bring up 3rd and goal from the 5. They're all the way to the left hash mark. Look for them to run this right, Gary, where they can set up position for a field goal.
And that's what we're going to be looking for, so they'll probably go against the grain and come back this way.
Man, never know. Never know. Big play here, Red Raiders. Come on, Bexley fans to their feet, cheering on their Lions. It's a pass. He's open.
Touchdown. Bexley goes on top. 28-24.
Number 22, Jeff Grogan, the tight end.
27-24. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. Bexley pulled out a keeper.
The old theory of scoring with too much time left on the clock, Gary?
I tell you what. And then I'll tell you.
I'll take more points any way you can get them, but anytime you can get them, but.
Favor of Bexley finally took the lead. I don't look for Bexley to give London anything to return. And their defense has been holding up good enough they could go ahead and take a chance on a short kick and give London halfway decent field position.
They're kicking from the left hash down the sideline. Justin Gossard, run it, hold on to it. Go, Justin, go!
And a good run by Justin Gossard. After he catches the line drive kickoff, London's going to get halfway decent field position with 2:49 left to go in this contest. London takes over 1st and 10 on the 40, their own 45-yard line.
Got to be a little nerve-wracking there for Justin Gossard, but you know he hadn't had a whole lot of playing time, but he grabbed it with confidence and ran. So. Come on, Red Raiders.
2:49 left in this contest.
Walters back in the tail.
He's swinging right. Oh, he lets her fly.
Monte's out there. Oh, he's going to call him out of bounds.
Good catch, but it was out of bounds. Yeah, he's throwing for that sideline and he's overthrowing. It looked like Monte was trying to get his feet down. I don't know how far out he was.
I thought he was pretty close, but big 2nd and down play for London. London's offense has not been real productive here in the second half. Barkowiak in shotgun. He's looking for DeFilippo. Nobody out here to block for him. He's going to pick up
about 4 yards on that carry. DeFilippo, little swing pass. We're still down to 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Went out of bounds, so that stopped the clock.
Third down. 8.
Monte to top of your screen. Alcott's the bottom. Set up in a pro eye. London's looking long.
Looking for Monte on the slant. He was bumped. He was bumped.
That's a good call.
No doubt about it. Bexley coaches are upset.
That was a good call there. He was definitely bumped. He had the inside track too. If it had been one step more and caught the ball, he could have been gone.
Throw a slant against Harvey. But
he got double wideouts to Harvey's side.
Take that time. Alcott on the loop. Harvey's out there.
And Harvey knocks it down. Harvey's just so quick that he just run right in front of there. He played the ball all the way.
Well, London's had a lot of trouble rushing the ball tonight, especially in the second half, and now it seems like they're going to try to open up the ball game a little bit.
We got plenty of time to get first down.
Yep, 10 yards at a time. That's the way to do it. 2nd and 10, Red Raiders.
Well, this could be another destroyer of Bexley going down to the last minute.
Bexley fans are on their feet. Well, some of them are. Barkowiak straight drop. Looking for Alcott. He better tuck it and run. Maybe got one.
Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage before he was brought down, but the pass defense was looking very good for Bexley. He had nobody to drop it off to. Now we got a couple of those Bexley kids.
Ooh, man.
Minute 51 left.
Gotta remember my heart medicine next
Third
time.
and 10.
Clock is running. Barkowiak goes back to shotgun. Straight drop. Ooh, nice pickup by DeFilippo on a block. Monte's out there. Nothing doing.
He comes in.
We'll bring up a punting situation for the Red Raiders.
You can't punt now. With a minute 31 left in the contest.
Yeah. Maybe right there, maybe just time to go. You gotta. Oh, London's got timeouts left.
London.
They just blew one there. All the marbles on the line here, Gary. Minute 30 to go in the ball game. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Sanders at the bottom of your screen. They're looking for Sanders. He's got it.
He got it. Oh, no.
He's got it.
He was out of bounds, but he caught the ball.
Bexley coaches are livid. He did catch the ball. I think that was a good catch.
Did he get first down, though?
Oh, he's close to a first down.
They're moving the chains. They're moving the chains. That's the play Carl told him to call a while ago.
Well, we haven't seen him throw to Sanders all year. The coaching staff for Bexley was right in front of him. They were livid.
And he needs to still be in there.
Come on, Red Raiders. Now think of it this way. Carl said it. 10 yards at a time. There's a minute 20 to go in the 24 to go in the ball game here. You don't need to score a touchdown on this play. But if you do, we'll take it. Krobiak rolling to his left. He gets tripped.
The old shoestring tackle. Krobiak rolling left, caught from behind.
Hurry up, man. Shoot.
Now the clock's running. Now the clock's running. Red Raiders gotta use good time management here. I know they got a couple timeouts left, but
they gotta go for
under a minute. Under a minute.
Yeah, and them seconds go fast under a minute.
Krobiak, straight drop, penalty flag. Well, we got a flag thrown by the line judge. That's probably going to be offside London procedure, or maybe it's offside Bexley. We'll see. Be against end. Come on. Formation against London. Check the tape. Maybe London probably didn't have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, so Bexley's probably going to decline this, I would think.
Well, we thought this was going to be the game that would give us the most problem, and so far it's lived up to its billing.
Well, Bexley does decline. Going to bring up 3rd down and 12 from the London 20, or from the Bexley 25. It's still up in the air, Gary. Gotta believe, gotta believe.
3rd and 12.
He fakes. Oh, there's going to be a holding call against London.
He didn't have no choice.
There's a hold against London. That's going to hurt. They're going to probably, well, I don't know.
That play is set up where you step up in that pocket, isn't it?
What's Bexley going to do?
You don't keep
here?
going backwards, you step up in the pocket.
Yeah. It's 10 yards from the spot, and that was behind the line of scrimmage that hold occurred. I don't know, do you let them go 4th and 13, or do you take them back and give them the down back and make it about 3rd and 26? They're going to decline it. They're going to make it 4th and 13.
See, you can get this into the end zone.
Well, you only need to get, London's going to take a timeout now.
Timeout, London.
King said it. This is the ball game right here. 36 seconds left. 4th and 13 for the Red Raiders from the Bexley 25. Steps up in the pocket. He throws.
And who better to make the play?
That's Dwan Harvey on the interception there for Bexley. He's the X factor. Now we're going to have a face mask penalty against London too. So
he's been the X factor all night.
Dwan Harvey, I'll tell you what a ball game. What a ball game.
Bexley's going to take over on down. 27 seconds left in this game. And both teams put up a big fight though. think we're probably looking at the final score there, unless something crazy happens. Bexley 28, London 24. This guy's got so much strapped on him, I thought he was a cop.
We're rolling.
I know. And Bexley takes a knee. It's all over. What can you say? We just go back, get ready for next week.
Well, we knew that this game was going to be a real judgment day for London, see how tough they are, how well improved they are. This Bexley team, I think, is a very good football team. So
they showed it tonight.
We run down some quick stats here for London. It didn't really get real pretty in the second half, but had Walters 18 carries for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. DeFilippo 9 carries for 57 yards. Brock for 1 carry for 2 yards. Barkowiak 13 carries for 19 yards. Barkowiak on the evening passing was 5 for 17 for 103 yards and a touchdown and 1 2-point conversion. Receiving for the Red Raiders, big receiver tonight, Alcott, 2 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. And probably the big story for Red Raiders early on to help them get in the ball game was Monte Jackson's 4 touches on special teams for 148 yards and a touchdown. So
and that about sums it up. We didn't do anything in the second or the third or the fourth quarter to help advance our chances and win this game. So in the meantime, let's take it home. This is Gary McNeil.
And this is Keith Smith.
Did you recognize that voice, Carl? And Carl King, Keith don't have lockjaw anymore. Saying, see ya, we don't want to be ya. Adios, good night.